Barry, we asked your son and said, when did the thought originate when you're going to get involved in the car, automobile industry? He said it probably stems from your Michigan influence. It has to be.
Well, some of that. The guys, Bob and Ted approached me a couple years ago about doing something, and just a matter of working out all the details and that kind of thing. So that's kind of how it started.
What are your thoughts on the place? Even if you're not buying a car, it's like a museum here when you come and see all the great stuff in here. All those memorabilia.
Yeah, it's a neat thing that we decided to do. I can't take credit for it. It's really something Bob wanted to do, and I told him that I could help him find some stuff, obviously, but obviously it's a sort of a easy transition, or something that kind of makes sense and goes hand in hand. Give people something to sort of look at. And that kind of thing. So, maybe it'll make a difference for some people.
Getting involved with the car dealership, was it at all scratching an itch, whether it be an itch to come back into Oklahoma to Stillwater, or to, get into more serious business ventures?
Yeah, probably the latter. Just getting into a business of this kind. Obviously it's well documented that it's not the greatest economy to come into, but I'm with some guys that have been in the business for a long time. They really know what they're doing. They have a great track record, it's still for the guys that know what they're doing, it can still be a very good business.
Do you feel that with the economy it's that much more important for this business to be successful?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think again, I think because of the time that we're in, you have to have guys that have sort of traveled down the road, kind of seen things that can happen, the ups and downs, and that kind of thing, and sort of know how to battle it out, and treat the customers with respect, and get people coming through the doors.
How much fun has it been for you just to be a normal everyday citizen, to be a father now, watching him develop as a pretty fine football player as well?
It's pretty satisfying. It's pretty satisfying. I think that it's probably the best thing that could happen to someone. To be able to share in good success of your child, and so it's something that's very, very satisfying, and we just keep hoping and working, and good things will continue to happen.
What about the personality of Barry Sanders Jr.? Because he's so gregarious, he's so outgoing. You ever look at him and go, is this kid my son?
Well, that's just kind of how things happen. I'm one of 11, and I don't think any of us are the same. And we're all sort of a mixture of my parent personality and other personalities, and so I think so. Yeah, obviously, he has much more of that than I do, as far as the outgoing side, and I think it's worked to his advantage. He's always handled who he is very well, and I think his personality helps him do that.
You talk about keeping up with the OSU. Obviously, they went back to the Holiday Bowl for the first time in 20 years. Just talk about how much you keep up with that program.
Well, I definitely tune in to the games and have seen improvements every year. Coach Gundy's been there. I think that we're really starting to see the signs of what we've done with the program, as far as making it one of the top-notch places as far as facilities, and I think that's starting to reflect itself on the field, and it means a lot when a kid can come to a school and have obviously a great academic environment, and if you're going to be a student athlete, have great facilities, from which to strengthen your skills as an athlete, and that's something that we didn't always have.
When you first saw Hartley Dykes, did you kind of say, when you first saw Des, you just kind of said, look, it reminds me of Hartley Dykes.
When I first saw who?
Des Bryant, you kind of resemble Hartley, when he played.
Obviously, Hart was just one of the greatest. Physically, there's some, comparisons. I think, Mr. Bryant, he'd probably have to, in order to get to where Hart is and what he's done, obviously, he's got a little work to do. But physically, I think you can draw some comparisons.